Hello and welcome everybody. This is Dregn Durant and welcome back to another incredible podcast show. Hope you guys are ready. We're going to be bringing on a special guest today. Someone who, I don't know if we've actually done a proper collaboration yet, but we're going to be bringing on a lovely little sea turtle from the VTubing world. And her name is Manayu. And where are you? There you are. Manayu, are you there?
Am I?
Are you? Are you real?
Oh my god, it's me. Oh my god, I exist and I'm on the screen. Oh my god.
Oh my god, she made it, guys. How have you been, Manayu?
I have been exhausted. That's what I do out here.
Yeah. How many times have you, it feels like most streams that I've caught that you've run, there's some scuff that happens at the beginning.
What? Nah,
Never.
Never happens.
But yeah, Manayu, you sing, you play hardcore games, hardcore, the hardest of cores. Yeah. And you do little funny shorts. You had a little, what was it? You did riddles and puns, and you did a series of that for like 100, over 100. How many was the total right now?
I think puns last I did was 134, 135, Ooh. And 100 something for the riddles. Yes, I'm tired, but I do want to bring the puns back. I just need to mind myself up to actually work. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of it solo still.
Yeah. I ain't that big that I got the funds to hire someone to do all that for me,
Oh, you never know. I think a couple folks out there, they actually pay, like an editor. So it's,
I mean, if you have the funds, go for it. I ain't gonna judge. I ain't rich like that, sadly. I wish, but
Yeah, sadly, wouldn't it be nice though?
Yeah, I'm part of the normal people, the what do you call them? Oh, I just had the word in French.
Normies, the casuals?
No, like the below, the nobles would call the people.
The peasants?
Yes, peasants. That's the word I was looking
for. Filthy commoner.
Exactly, you got that right. That's where I'm at.
She's so low, she's under the sea.
Exactly. Look at you, so smart.
I know, we're playing words. It's funny. It's funny because as we were getting prepared, we started talking about makeup and getting ready to present ourselves to the public.
Yeah, very nice conversations.
Manayu has so many opinions about these topics. It's actually quite funny to me because you don't really do well. You say lazy, but I think it's. Do I want to get into this already?
Ooh, what are we getting into?
All right, so like one of the things that we were joking and talking about was how girls do their eyebrows, and I guess nowadays even some guys do their eyebrows.
True.
Yeah, but I never actually understood it. And I was kind of keeping a little quiet with my thoughts while we're talking offline because I was like, I want to save some of this for when we jump on.
Yeah.
But I never understood the whole eyebrow game, which is interesting because my mom, with her Asian background, has tattooed eyebrows. I don't know if you're familiar with those. Yeah, some people with really thin eyebrows, they'll get it tattooed. But the idea of plucking eyebrows, I guess plucking nose hairs is one that I've heard of guys doing too.
I guess, and that's one I would not do. Why would you?
Yeah.
No, except if it's coming out when you get older, it starts curling around your nose. Yeah, I mean, trim that. But why make it all smooth in there? I feel like it defeats the purpose. I feel there's a reason for those hairs to be in there.
Yeah, it's supposed to catch all the bad stuff from flying up your nose,
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're just inhaling all of that from your nose, No.
Yeah, that's why people have allergies, because they pluck their nose hairs.
Yeah,
you left it in there.
I don't see the appeal of that one. I don't know. But for eyebrows, I mean, there's a lot to say about eyebrows. I've seen.
What have you seen?
Describe
unruly eyebrows.
I'm not unruly. I'm I was just special. If we're gonna be nice, I've seen special eyebrows in my life, and I'm like, what is going on here? Why are your eyebrows in at the top of your forehead. Like, I mean, what style are you going for? I don't know. I mean, you do you, but why? Like, I feel for me, it's more like, I guess there's a specific shape to eyebrows that people expect people to have. And when I quote unquote do my eyebrows, it's like cleaning out the bottom so it has like, that arc shape that people like to have.
Interesting.
Like if I look at your VTuber model, you have an arc at the end, right? Some people just have the rectangles.
Some people do just have the rectangles, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't want that. So like you just clean up the bottom part at the end so you have some type of arc or something. But then some people just go too far and they just stamp their thing. I have two sisters that have the tattooed eyebrows.
Oh, so you know all about it.
They look normal.
Yeah. At first glance, you really wouldn't pay attention to it because it's just like, oh yeah, they look like normal eyebrows. No big deal.
Yeah, and like my mom has no eyebrows, so like I would understand if she ever did, but my mom ain't got time for this. Like she just does not. Right. But she never had eyebrows. She got made fun of when she was a kid because of it.
No.
But like, yeah, poor baby, poor mom. Yeah, my mom is my baby. Just don't question it too much. But,
the cycle of life. Yeah, mom makes babies, babies make moms.
Yes. We just gotta take care of them at some point. My mom is adorable. Oh, I don't know if you were there. I told you she almost got scammed the other day.
Oh no, I was not. What happened?
She calls me. Yeah. And then she complains because she's like, you never call me. Gotta start the call normally. And then she's like, oh, well, I was on Facebook. And I was already like, And then I saw this, Sophie Trudeau, like Justin Trudeau's wife, so the Prime Minister's wife.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting divorced. And I'm like, okay, that's true. So like, it's not the scam yet. And yeah, she was talking about like how she had like, a lot of muscle pain and stuff, how she dealt with like the problem in the marriage. And then she's selling some like cannabis or whatever. I'm like, no, mom, we're not. No, that's a scam. I had not even looked it up yet. She's like, it's a scam? What? I'm like, I just Googled Sophie Trudeau cannabis. It's like, oh yeah, a month ago, she went on national news to like confirm that she has nothing to do with this. It's not her. Do not get scammed. And she's like, oh my God, I can't buy anything anymore. Like, if I don't call you guys, I'm like, yes, keep calling us before you buy anything weird on the internet. It's just not. She's like, oh, my poor mom. She's so cute though.
Yeah.
And I didn't call her since, so she's gonna call me and complain I didn't call her this week. But yeah,
Oh, that's fun. So speaking of moms, my mom likes to try to get a hold of me every week. I have to tell her, stop, please. Like, I'm trying to do things. I'm trying to figure things out, mom. Really, you have things you need to figure out too. So stop.
Moms are not wired like this though.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't. My mom is like, why are you not calling me? You have only one mom. You should call your mom.
Oh.
And then my dad was also being very cute. He was like, I mean, you should have at least one day a week where you call your dad, okay? I'm like, oh, okay.
One day
I just
a week,
moved out back in July.
Yeah, not
so
too
they're
long
not
ago.
used to not having me around. So it's like, but you have to, there should be at least once a week where you call your dad. And he was pouting about it. I'm like, okay, Dad, I'll call you. I was supposed to call him today and I forgot. So yeah.
By parent logic, if they don't hear from you within a week, you're probably in a ditch somewhere dead. Exactly. You know the story. She's been kidnapped. The Nigerian prince is holding on to her.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to send $5,000.
Parking lot. Yeah, and you will never hear the end of it. They're gonna start calling their brothers, sisters, everybody. We gotta get involved. So yeah.
We got to get the police on the case. We got to get a search party going. I know where she lives, but
exactly. That's how it's gonna go. And in my parents' case, I mean, they had 4 girls, so they're even more like
protective.
Like, how do you call it? Like, overprotective. And I'm the youngest of 4.
Oh,
so like,
you're the baby.
They don't hear from me. Like they're having a panic out here. And if I'm not around, nothing works in the house. Like the TV doesn't work, the internet's going out, like all of it. So yeah.
Are you
they were distraught when I left.
Are you the techie of the household?
Yes, I'm the boy my dad wish he had,
And she looks just dead into the screen.
It is what it is, gotta know. Like, my dad I was I'm the only one that knows how to swim. I would play like some sports with him. Like, I knew, like, my dad is not manual at all, so I'm the one that like repairs stuff in the house.
Really?
So,
look at that.
So that's what he got. My dad really tried. Like, when my third sister was born, like he just left the hospital. He was just over it, poor man. But at the same time, poor mom.
Oh, that's a mood right there.
You know, back in the day, it was a surprise. You just don't know what the baby's gonna be until it comes out.
Yeah, back in the old day.
Yeah, by the time I came by, he just accepted his fate. Poor man had chosen a name, like he had chosen a name for his son. He was so ready. No,
wasn't gonna happen.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't meant to be.
We take care of him now, so that's good.
There you go. We love that. Nice. Looks like we got. Kieran. Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't see Kieran saying that he was early 3 hours before the stream for once.
That's not normal.
It's not?
No, like Kieran has to be there early or something's off. See, we'll be like our parents and call the police and he got kidnapped or something.
Listen to that, all you chatters. If you don't hear from us in a week, that means we're probably in a ditch dead somewhere. You got to send out the search party.
That's how it is out here, you know.
Man, I gotta say, Manayu, your model, when was it? When was the re-debut? I have a terrible memory. It was like a month or two ago, right?
Yeah, September 30th.
Yeah, September. Yeah. I gotta say, it came out so good.
Yay, thank you. I'm happy. I'm so grateful to my model parents.
Yeah.
They did everything I wanted. Like I felt really bad with my rigor, but I was like, the last time when I got my first model, I didn't know what I want and I didn't know what the standard was. So like I just got whatever I got. And then I realized the extent of like how limited I was in my rigging. And I was like, this time I'm getting all the fluff.
All the bells and
whistles. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting it all. So like anything I was like, I'm sorry, but can you do this like this? Can you do this like that? I don't like the face angle here. Can we make it like this or that?
Right.
The mouth, there's a shading here that can we mask this? Blah, blah, blah. I knew enough to be able to be extremely picky. Felt very bad, but am I happy with the results? Absolutely. Like I don't regret anything, so I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you've been rocking it.
Yeah, like I felt bad because I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people and I don't like asking for stuff, but it forced me to like just be picky and be like,
well, it's
even with my
not cheap. It's not cheap. You gotta.
Oh yeah, it's not. You don't want to be investing all this money and then be like dissatisfied with something. It would be tragic. Like nah.
Yeah.
Like even with my model artist, like I felt so bad because she gave me my model and then I was like, I think I want the skin tone to be a bit warmer. But I'm like, but she's already done. What do I do? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I will be extra if I need to. I was like, on my knees, like asking. I just don't think I'm fully satisfied with the skin tone. And I don't want to. And she's like, oh, it's fine. And she changed it in like an hour.
2 seconds.
She sent it back, all done. And like, oh, okay, that was that.
Yeah.
All the stress I built up.
Yeah, colors. Fortunately, a lot of color changes is pretty easy to do, but it's like, hey, I want to change the costume entirely. Like that. That's an issue.
That would be a problem that I would understand if she was like, wait a minute, that's gonna cost you something. But I'm not an artist. I was like, but what about like all the shading she did? Like, actually checked because you guys can't see it, but I actually have like toenails. Like I have feet that I can see, but you guys can't see them. And there's actual like a lot of details on like my feet, and I'm like, what?
Well, not to mention your dress and
like I had fun with like the removing the meshes in V2 Studio, and that's when I discovered I had feet. I was like, wait, I have like full feet. I thought it was just the shoe. Like my old model didn't have all this detail going on under the clothes, so I was like, oh, my model mama went all the way, like showed me all the things. I
just imagine you see it in completion. You're just like, she's beautiful.
Yes, yeah, that was me. I was fangirling over my own model for a while.
Oh,
that's why
if you pay attention, you could tell because even like the week before the re-debut, you just started busting out all these little shorts and videos.
I was like, I don't care.
yeah, you're having so much fun. I could tell.
Oh yeah, like I couldn't. I'm not patient enough. Like all the model reveals we see on Twitter, like retweet 50 times. I was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't got the patience.
Yeah.
So I just did a post, put my little model on the little graphic stuff, and here's me. Like admire how great my model is.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah, it worked out for me. Honestly, it got more engagement than any of my like, oh, retweet for this did for me
100%.
before. So like, sometimes I think you just gotta go roll with it. Like, and I feel for me personally, I ain't judging anybody that does it this way, but I know I'm small, okay? So I'm not gonna like just bank everything on hoping that everybody sees my thing and retweets it to like put my thing, because I feel like I would be so depressed if I put a goal for 50 retweets and I didn't get there.
Right. What are you gonna do?
Depressing for me. Yeah, and I've seen it happen. It makes me feel so bad all the time. So I'm like, nah, I'm just shoving it in everybody's face. And if you like it, good. I'm not gonna go through that stress here. Nah.
That's the right attitude. I can get behind that. Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like you gotta realize like what reach you have, and if you're lucky, you'll get more. But if you're not, just throw it out there. It's all right.
It always cracks me up a little on the inside in a slightly funny, slightly sad kind of a way when I see someone who is doing like their very first reveal, like they have no history, it's a new account, and they pull the silhouette, and it's just like, bro, nobody knows you yet.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes it does work really well, and sometimes nothing happens.
Yeah, the internet is
like you don't know which way is gonna go for you. So it's like, and sometimes I will admit I'm a bit petty. Like if I don't know, I will be like, oh, first I'll click, did they do the reveal yet? So I go check it. And then I check what type of account they have. Do I know them? And blah, blah. And then I will decide if I will actually retweet the thing or not. Yeah, sometimes that's fair. I just don't. Most of the time I will. If it's someone I know for sure, I'll do it. But if not, I'm like, I don't know. Your silhouette is not interesting to me. I ain't doing it. Just, I don't know. Sorry. Like, you know there's more people on the internet that will.
Yeah, you go through the effort of looking them up, and it's like, well, they have no information. So it is what it is. Like,
what am I retweeting this for?
Yeah. I'm glad your model came out great and you're having a lot of fun with it.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it.
Because shoot, we've been floating around orbiting around for a couple years now, I feel like. And I remember way back when you were talking about just starting to plan like what my second model is going to be, or third model, or whatever it's been now. you have a lot of little ones too. Yeah, but you were waiting on a very particular artist. You were waiting on a particular rigger, and you were like, I have no money right now.
Yeah, I mean that hasn't changed, but you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it's a win.
Like it was hard because I didn't know like which artist I wanted. Like I was always looking out for new art, new models coming out to see if it fit with what I wanted. And I was like, either it was like, it doesn't really fit, or I'm like, I'm not paying 3K. It's like, let me be real, I ain't paying 3K just for the art. Like how much do you think I'm gonna have to pay for the rigging? And I knew I wanted some toggles and stuff, but I was like, that's right out of my budget. And then I saw this one VTuber come out when they like with their my debut and stuff, and I watched their debut and I watched them like, I want this. I was looking at their model and the rigging. I was like, this is what I want. I need to find out. I need it. So I found the artist. I wanted the same rigger, but they were not really answering. So I ended up finding my rigger just by pure chance, going on VGen one day, because I was like, the other rigger is not answering. And to this day, she has not answered. So I would have never gotten my rigging done. So I randomly found them. I was like, hey, hire them. And they started working on it very fast. And they were the best. They were so sweet. They were so nice. They were so willing to like learn new things to make sure I was happy.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, it all just fell into place really well. So I'm still very grateful for her. She's amazing. I see one person that will always be retweeting their stuff. That's her. I see her stuff. I'm like, ooh, gotta advertise.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah,
absolutely worth it.
That's
and
awesome.
She's very nice to work it with as well.
I'm gonna have to find out who they are and see if they do male models.
I'm pretty sure they do. Like I've seen some of their showcases. I will say, if you work with her, you just need to be really vocal about. Sorry if you hear noises, it's my fridge. You need to really tell her like, what exactly you want, and if you don't like something, don't be shy. Just say, I don't know about how I feel about this angle or this and that, and she will be amazing. and make sure you're happy.
Yeah, that's been my struggle in the VTubing community is that...
Ooh, we're talking about the VTubing community.
maybe just a little bit, but I've actually tried to fish around for, okay, if I were to do an update myself, because you were talking about feet and legs earlier, and I'm just like, I don't have any of those.
I mean, you have a wagon.
I have a wagon. That is true. Legs, man, I can't even imagine. What a luxury. But I've reached out to a handful of people, and they're just like, sorry, don't do males. I'm like, really? That sucks.
Discrimination.
Discrimination. They only care about feet and boobs. What can I do?
Like, for real. Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess some people have their specific art type, but like, I still don't really understand like why you would not at least want to try to draw a guy. Like, I mean, what's the difference? Like, is it because you don't know how to draw the pecs? But not everybody has their pecs out. Like, you know, some people like you are dressed. You know?
Some people like me, yeah, not even dressed. I'm wearing body armor.
See, you know, or maybe they think it's difficult or something. Like, I can understand some people like, I don't do like mecha and stuff when it's fully detailed and like, you know, you need to know to draw this.
I think it's similar.
But a guy?
I think it's like, similar.
Yeah, I guess.
Because because some people they specialize more. I don't know if specialize is the right word. That might be giving some people too much credit, but they are familiar with like the female anatomy versus the male anatomy, feminine versus masculine. And I think a big part of it probably boils down to like who wants to draw a guy? Like guys and girls want to draw girls. Some people want to draw guys, you know?
Yeah, a few apparently.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like a lot, that's my personal opinion, don't cancel anybody. Like, I feel like a lot of male VTuber models look the same, like body shape wise.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need a bit more diversity in there. I feel like girls, you know, some have boobs, some don't, some are small, some are like, but guys, either there's like the shoujo, like main character, like, you know, Bishonen, or they're the big dude like with a triangle shape. I was trying to explain that today. Like it's an inverted triangle at the top,
right?
But then for some reason the head is always too small, and I'm always like bothered by it. I'm like, why do they have such small heads?
Because their brain is in their pecs.
I see. Yeah. I just didn't get the memo on that one.
Yeah,
I see some models, and I'm just like. I would like to watch your stream and figure it out, but I just can't. It puts me off personally. Like if I have to choose between these and the Bishonen, I'll take the Bishonen. But sometimes, okay, controversial. Sometimes I will admit that sometimes the voice doesn't match what I see, and it's weird sometimes. Like if you like. I feel like the Bishonen can get away with more because you can either have like the really deep hot voice or like just the young voice, you don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
But when is the triangle man having the super high pitched voice, it's a bit like
yeah, you better have the voice of chopping wood.
Yeah, like you look like you go in the woods and eat raw meat or something.
There you go, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
You skin a wolf with your bare hands.
In a way, I feel like girls get away with it a bit better. Even though some people do still complain, I guess when they have like a small model and they have like the mommy voice and they're like something's off, or vice versa, I guess, or they expect the mommy voice and they're like it's a very normal voice, and I'm like, yeah, but I feel like girls can get away with it. Like guys, I feel like it's a bit so in your face that people are like, ooh, something's off.
Yeah,
you know?
that's its own topic right there. I think there's some.
Yeah.
I compare it a little bit to like fashion, right? Because when you think about like guys' fashion, like it's different nowadays. But back in the, I don't know, 90s, 80s, even beyond, outside of very particular hairstyles and very particular fashion types, like a guy's image is a collar and pants. Whereas girls would have, you know, dresses and a whole variety of tops and bottoms and accessories. Guys, their accessories are a cigarette and a watch.
Yeah, pretty much. Look at our swimsuits. Like we have so many options, and then you guys are like, well, Speedo or like the trunks. Like that's that.
We just have underwear that you can wear in the water.
Yeah. I mean, personally, to be a bikini is exactly that. Like, I don't personally wear that because I don't feel like I would just walk in the streets like this. To me, it's like, but that's just my underwear. I never really got that when I wear like a swimsuit. I only wear like one pieces and like with little like, you know, skirt thingies.
Sure.
I just don't imagine myself walking in the street. Like, power to you if you feel comfortable like that. For me, it's like I'm like that in my house on my own. Not in the streets. That's or like yeah, no, that's yeah, there's nothing else to say about this for me. Like I'm not that comfortable with the world like that. Like dang.
There you go. Yeah, it also depends on the culture of where you are, because coastal cities where people go to the beach all the time, like you'll see people walking around in bikinis there all the time. But
yeah, they just do that.
Yep, they just do it because you never know. You know, you might get wet, so you may as well just be prepared all the time.
But like the thing that troubles me, I guess, is when like let's say a girl is wearing a bikini, doing her thing and stuff, and life is good. And then 2 seconds later, she's changing and like she puts her bra on, and then oh my god, someone walks in. Oh my god! But it's the same. Like nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Yeah.
Your bra, your bikini top, it's the same coverage, or sometimes even more with your bra. So I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I'm confused about that.
It's funny. There's a few shows out there, and as a VTuber, like we know anime and stuff, right? So we know these tropes, but it's like they go to a place where a bikini isn't the norm, and somebody whips one out. It's like, oh, how could you do that? It's just underwear. Yeah.
That's my brain. My brain works that way when it comes to that subject. I don't know.
There we go.
I am a you know, old school, the housewife wannabe. So I mean, it is who I am.
Well, you're already getting started, so you're doing a good job.
I'm trying.
You tried.
I'm doing my best. I may be lazy, so I play games instead. But you know, I do my best out here.
Well, speaking of games, I forget where we chatted about this, and maybe it was offline, but I still find it so funny. There's a gap, right? You know about gaps. But Manayu has this gap where she's like very homely and comfy to hang out with. But then you watch her stream and she's just playing hardcore Sekiro and Dark Souls and Cuphead and
you know, everybody has a phase in this life.
It's not a phase, Manayu.
It's been lasting a bit longer than we expected, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, we gotta give it to Aster telling me about Dark Souls, because I didn't know about Dark Souls before, and he was like, "Oh, I think you could enjoy that. It could be good content for you." I'm like, I don't know, bro. Sure. And also, I guess I'm not very competitive, but I hate when someone tell me they don't think I can do something. And someone did tell me they don't think I can do Dark Souls, so I was like, I bet.
I think isn't that the textbook definition of being competitive?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, let's say I play like racing, or I play like fighting games.
Sure.
Like, I'll lose. I'll be annoyed here and there, but I won't. It will not consume me and like, oh, I need to get better so I can beat this person one day. It's just like, I don't want you to tell me what I can't do. If I can't do something, I want to discover that for myself and make the decision. Also, don't doubt my skills. I'm not a professional gamer, but I also don't give up. So I will not give up no matter what happens. And if it takes me like 6 months to do Sekiro, it will take 6 months. If you want to watch me suffer through it, we'll see. But, you know, if you tell me I can't do something, I feel like I have to. Like, that's I'm just being petty at this point, whether I care or not. At least I cared about Dark Souls, and I did enjoy playing through it. And I mean, I love Sekiro, but not as much as Dark Souls. But also, it's like getting on my nerves. So I'm like, I'm definitely beating this trash. So you know,
they're very different games from what I've seen.
Yes, very different. Because if you watch any of my Dark Souls playthrough, I don't block. I don't parry. I'm not that type of person. And Sekiro is like all about that.
Parries,
so it's like I'm forced to learn about a mechanic that I never had to. Like, I was just rolling away, but I can't roll anymore. So I'm like, crap.
Yeah, you're playing with the old school not even SNES. That's too many buttons. You're playing the NES version of these games where it's just 2 buttons and it's either move or attack.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I don't have the brain for the parry and blocking situation. Like I started playing what do you call it? Street Fighter 6.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm not a block person because I grew up playing Super Smash Melee. So
Sure.
the block was a button you press
It
and
was
then
a
you
bubble.
move along.
Yeah.
But when Street Fighters and stuff, you have to either not do anything or press back and hold it. And my brain cannot compute this mechanic. I'm like, why is it not just like a bumper? Here
Wait,
you
wait
go.
until
It's
you
blocked.
find out that there's a low guard and a high guard.
I know, and I can't do them. So yeah, I'll be good at like
Yeah.
doing some moves, but as soon as it comes to like blocking, I just get destroyed. I get grabbed all the time. It's just tragic,
Man, people taking advantage, bullying.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So,
I get bullied.
so before you were challenged to play these kinds of games, what did you enjoy?
I guess I was very much more the definition of a variety streamer because I played anything. Like I like games that don't have any commitment, I guess. So for me, this is commitment because I have to get through the story and get to the end. Whereas
Sure.
when I was playing more Mario Kart or like playing like Super Smash or playing stuff like that, Crazy Taxi, like you play it that day and then you're done for until the next time you play. So I'm more of an arcade game person.
Okay.
I just want to play it one time and have fun and call it a day most of the time,
Yeah. Well, streaming hasn't treated you well then.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing whatever I felt like, especially in the beginning when I was streaming a lot more. Like streaming 5 days a week, like gave me a lot of space to play whatever I want. I could play 5 different things every day.
Sure.
And that's what I did in the beginning as well. So, I was just existing. And somehow it worked out. I'm still around,
There you go.
But yeah, now I'm a bit more tame and like I have one commitment game and I'm like, going into like exploring more other games now. Like I try to have like one just chatting because I remembered I actually do like to do that. And I forgot that I like to do just chatting.
Yeah,
so I'm
you
like,
were on a roll
I
for a while.
Try and do that. Yeah, I'm trying to do it at least once a week. Like whether I'm like playing something in the back or like it's mainly focused on chatting. And then the next day, now I'm thoroughly obsessed with Tomodachi Life. So
Yeah,
I was like, I don't care. This is gonna be a recurrent thing, and I want it to be there forever because I love this game so much.
I don't know too much about Tomodachi Life, but is that kind of like Animal Crossing, or is it a little different?
It's better.
It's
because
better.
It's like this. It's like The Sims. Because in Animal Crossing, you have no say. Like you have the people that come to your island, they move in and blah blah blah. You let them make their own houses and stuff. In Tomodachi Life, you create the people, and then they're like you kind of build their personality as you want, and then they just do the weirdest thing ever, and then you're like, bro, why?
What are you
but then
doing?
You can make them marry each other or hate each other, and then sometimes you're just chilling, you look what's going on, they're fighting, they're throwing stuff at each other, or this other one is like, oh my god, I'm in love with so and so, and then you let them know if you want them to like go confess or not. And then the best thing is you never know what's gonna happen. One time, back in the day, I used to have an island with all my family members in there and like my coworkers. I was obsessed. And like when dude is like, "Oh, I love so and so. Can I go confess?" I'm like, "Go ahead, bro. You got my blessing."
Right.
And he goes there, sing a song or something. Yeah, they can confess in many different ways. They just choose it. And as they're waiting for the answer, someone just shows up from the bushes like, "No, I love her," and blah blah blah. And then she leaves with the other dude, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Whoa!
And then he was depressed.
This is giving me like it's like a reality TV show, the video game.
Oh yeah, they can sing. They can have a part-time job. You can give them their bedrooms. Like you see, I gave a man cave to Aster because he belongs there.
He belongs
so
there.
Gave him a little adventure like suit. But there's like some weird stuff in there, and sometimes they have weird nightmares, so you go watch their dreams, and you're like, "The hell, bro?
You can watch their dreams."
Oh yeah, and then they can have babies.
What?
And then when they're and then they also can divorce without telling you. I had my cousin. I had set her up with that great Korean oppa dude. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be her husband. They married. They had like 3 kids. One day opened the game and like, where's their house at? And then I see they're back into their apartments and the status is divorced. And I'm like, whoa. They never got back together. I was very offended.
Wow. That's an adventure right there. I got to watch more of these episodes.
See, that's why I cannot get enough of this game. Like, I just love it so much. And now I get to bully Aster, so it's a plus, you know?
Yeah. Keep him where he belongs.
Exactly. That's right.
For those that don't know, Aster is Manayu's moderator and... Was that it?
I'm my best friend.
Yeah, there you go. Soap opera in the palm of your hands. That sounds about right. But he's also
my main bully, so yeah.
Well...
Yeah, I need to make a vector in there so see what he's going to be up to.
Yeah. Who knows where that's going to end up.
He's going to be flying places. I know there's a spacesuit somewhere, so I need to make sure I buy it to give it to him at some point.
There you go.
Yep.
So do you ever miss those variety days, or has Tomodachi Life made you forget about those days?
I mean, I only had 2 Tomodachi Life streams, and one was just restarting the other one, so I haven't forgotten.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird mix of feelings. I like that I have a better idea of what I'm doing every week.
Yeah.
Like streaming less and streaming a specific game.
Yeah, you know where you're getting into.
But at the same time, I realized that when I was only doing like Dark Souls or only doing Sekiro, like I guess that's why I forgot I like to do just chatting. So I was like, oh, I miss that because when I'm playing, I don't get to talk as much as I would like to. As you can see, I can easily ramble on.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, I want to bring that back. And then I got the idea one day randomly in my brain to play Tomodachi Life. So I'm like, well, I stream 3 times a week. I need to make it fit somewhere. So it's one of each. That's what we're going to go for. I don't think I miss being a variety streamer, especially since I kind of restarted my quote unquote brand once I moved to YouTube. So like there was nothing really expected of me. I had been gone for a while when I started streaming again, like consistently here.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could go back to it, but I like having some kind of a pattern I'm following, and I don't feel like stuck in my pattern either. Like, it's not like, oh, I have to do this like this week. If I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. I won't. And I think it's all right, So, yeah, I think I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want, like a fully variety streamer, but having some guidance in my content for myself does help in a way.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, not to mention, you do the karaoke streams, right? And you put out some singles from time to time too. So
yeah, it was one of the goals of my debut to make like more covers, hopefully once a month. And clearly, I'm not really managing right now because I've been a bit too busy.
Yeah,
but I do want to do more of that. I like to do like karaoke for like celebrations and stuff. Like back when, again, I streamed 5 days a week, I could dedicate a whole day per week on that. So it was easier. But right now I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I'll do it for an event. It's always a lot of fun. So like, for sure, they're not going anywhere. I still have a lot to figure out for myself content-wise. I like where I am, but I still want to grow. Like I'm in a weird spot where I don't want to get too comfortable.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to be stressed by it either.
No, that's a good balance. Because I find that, because I think a lot of us that I've introduced through these little pod talk shows, and myself, right? I think we've been doing it for 2, some of us 3, a couple of us 4.
About 2 years. Yeah, sometimes a bit more, but yeah.
And it generally feels like, to me at least, that it takes at least probably a year, maybe even 2, for you to just understand what the heck you're doing and where you want to go and how you want to grow, right? So it's one of the reasons why I haven't done like a model update, because I'm just like, do I even want to keep this, or do I want to just nuke it all and start from a different direction? Whereas, you have that sea turtle theme going on. You've kept that. It seems like you really enjoy that. I mean, I'm assuming that must be your favorite animal.
Yeah. I'm not even that deep. like my model mostly looks like me, and I love turtles.
That's a good combination.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need sometimes. And then, you know, you obviously have a very simple, elegant look, which I think some VTubers go a little crazy.
Right? Well, thank you for that. But yeah, sometimes you're like, oh, there's a lot going on. Like sometimes it works to like, you know, bring people in and be like, oh, that's special, I want to see more. Sometimes it's like, I don't understand what I'm looking at right now. So I think everybody should, like, you know, express yourself as you want, but like be aware of what it means for you as a quote unquote brand. Like I think you like, yeah, you want to, you know, express yourself. I don't think you need to, like, you know, conform to what the world wants you to look like and everything, but you need to be mindful that what you choose to represent yourself as is gonna have to do something with have to do with your success sometimes. Like you can't be like, I want to be this thing that is terrifying and be really popular. If you're terrifying, like I'm not gonna name names. There's one VTuber I saw once, scares the hell out of me. I can't watch them. Like I've seen like them in action, like as a live. Actually, there's two of them. Like I've seen them moving. It gives me the creeps. I'm sure they're nice. I'm sure there's some people that love this, but for me, like it creates something inside. Like, and I'm not easy to like creep out. But these two, they stare into my soul, and I can't. They make me uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh no. So you have to be mindful of that if that's what you're choosing as your design, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple of I don't know. I guess they would be called like horror VTubers. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Right, but a couple of them are very stylized and have a particular kind of thing going. That's a mixture of, there's the horror vibe, sure, but it's otherwise approachable.
Yeah.
Whereas
some of them are, but some of them are terrifying.
Yeah, some of them are just like, I'm gonna. Yeah, actually, you know, there's this one that I remember back when I was starting, who had, I think it was like a robot or something, but they just had they had a face that reminds me of like a rat.
Oh God.
And very, very deadpan, 1,000-yard stare eyes. And they would also just post the weirdest memes of their character in very interesting situations. And when you're saying that they stare into my soul, I'm just like, yeah, you know, that's kind of the vibe I was getting. It's like, I can appreciate the effort and the thing they're going for, but it's like, please stop, like, do something else.
Yeah, like, it's scary. And honestly, for the two I'm like seeing in my brain, which gives me the shivers anyways, is like, I don't think they're wanting to be creepy. It's just what they look like, and like they chose to look like this. It's not like, oh yeah, I have a disability, so I'm looking like this. No, this is fantasy, and it's weird fantasy, and I'm like, but why though?
Because they can, Manayu, because they can.
Like, so, you know, then people are like, because I feel like these days one of the popular things on Twitter is like VTuber help threads. We're like, if you want to succeed, do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Don't do this or don't do that. And I'm like
the supporter threads and stuff.
Well, those are their own categories. I want to support all VTubers. Follow me and I'll follow you back. And then they never do, like, you know, the usual. We've seen them so much. So
the one you're talking about, what did you call them?
They're the VTuber help thread, in the sense that they want to give you tips and like how to succeed, what you got to do. You have to be careful with your branding. You got to do X, Y, and Z. You got to be out there. You got to be on all platforms and stuff. And you know, I think that most of the time, most of the advice is probably true.
Yeah.
And most of the time, people do not want to do all the effort. There's a mix. People don't want to do all the effort, and they expect to just blow up from like debuting. And then they see the reality real quick after debut that, nah, you still gonna start like everybody with 2 viewers or not. Like, it's just how it is.
Let's also not forget the inflated debut numbers too.
Yeah, like, and even like sometimes you have all this, you know, please come to my debut. You do all the advertising for it, and nobody shows up. It's tragic, but it happens as well. So either you think you're gonna make it big because your debut was big, but then your next streams there's 2-3 people in your chat, Or there's the people that grow with giveaways. So like they have big numbers, but still nobody shows up to the chat.
Yeah, because we know what those people want.
Yeah, like they subscribe for a reason. So like you have big numbers, but it won't really not reflect really. And then there's also, I know people don't like it, but some people are just lucky. Like, true. I mean, they're not just lucky, but they have luck on their side on top of their skills. So some people will do exactly the same thing as you, post that one tweet saying good morning, and that tweet will have 50,000 views.
Yeah, because one person who had 300,000 people retweeted it just randomly because they saw it at the right time. Yeah,
no tags, no nothing. But for some reason, everybody liked that one video, and then they blew up.
That's the internet.
And you can do the same thing every day, and it will not happen to you. Like it's just. No. It's just what? Like people are just not that interested in you. Like it sucks, but it is the reality. But some people think like, if I do exactly the same thing as this popular person, I'm gonna make it. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, as you know, a veteran of 2 years, you know, I've been here for so long.
Yeah, wipe that dust off your shoulders.
Like, you know, I've been here for so long at this point, you know, I know everything about VTubing. I should start my own schooling and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, you have to do your best. To be like, I decided, you know what, it'd be cool if I managed to like make it as a streamer. As I was talking on stream earlier this week or something, I also realized I don't know yet if I have the real passion for like videos, like making videos. I really enjoy streaming, but I don't know if I have a passion for like, you know, making like recording stuff and editing it. I'm also, as I said, terrible at editing, and I hate doing it. I do it because I ain't got money like that. But I don't like it. So I'm still trying to figure out, like, for me, streaming is the most fun part of being a content creator, I guess. I enjoy some other things. I enjoy making covers for sure. But I don't know if this is where lies my passion for it. I just like talking to people. So when I come in, talk to my chat, I'm happy. So will I make it that way? Maybe not. But am I still like happy with what I've like been able to do in the past 2 years? I'd say yeah. I don't have any regrets, you know? I
think you should be, because frankly, you've done a better job than I have. You've done a better job than a lot of people I've met, and you're doing it by yourself. And you know, I know you're trying, and I think you're doing a great job. You know, actually, I had this, I don't know if I was going to plan on sharing it, but this seems like a good time to pull up some stuff, you know, if we come down here and if we do one of these, you know.
Like I'm following the stream, so I'm like, what are you?
Oh yeah, you get a bit of a delay. Don't worry about it. But you know, if we take a look at Manayu's, you know, social here. I guess you can find Manayu's socials. You'll find her through YouTube. But what did I want to go to? I wanted to go to your YouTube. Here it is. Look at that big old face at the top. But
it's a me.
It is. But you know, if we look at your shorts, you have, gosh, I want to say, I mean, well, actually, yeah. Even when doing your older models, the riddles, the puns, you probably have 200 or 300 or 400 shorts alone, I imagine, on your channel.
Yeah,
you know?
I think I'm about around that number at this point for shorts.
And you stream generally like 3 to 4 times a week, I forget.
Right now it's 3 times a week.
Yeah. And you've been doing it for a couple of years, and you've been pretty much consistently doing it. Whereas people like me have taken breaks.
you know? Life is rough sometimes, okay? But we don't judge out here.
Yeah. But I gotta say, like, your thumbnail design is as simple as it is. I think it's suitable for thumbnails. No, you're doing great. I'm telling you, you're doing great. You're on the right track, I think.
Hopefully. I mean, just the move to YouTube was such a new thing. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing for freaking thumbnails. Like, what?
Yeah, but see, you do all these yourself. I mean,
yeah.
And you highlight what game it is. You put a little bit of effort into your own expression, which is cool because I just use the same. So it's like if you're scrolling by, you know, I'm pasted there on the bottom right. But I've heard mix feedback about doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So And then I know you started one or two other channels that has more focus on your music rather than just streaming.
Yes, that has been dusty for a while because I got extremely busy, but yes.
Yeah, you got your... Oh, you have a VODs channel too. And then Haster.
Oh yeah, that's been there forever. Yeah.
So,
I have not like transferred stuff over since I moved to YouTube. So like, yeah, it exists, but it's not really useful anymore.
What do you mean?
Because I dual stream or I only stream on YouTube, so my VODs are just on my channel.
Ah, yeah, I see.
So like, it's for old like archives, I guess, for the ugly stuff. Even though like when I started streaming, I was streaming on my main channel, so like my very first streams are still there. I was dual streaming when I started as well until I got affiliate. So it's like, my tragic 3D model, it's right there.
Yeah. Hey, now that I think about it, your first debut, re-debut, whatever you want to call it, that was on Twitch, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. It was on November 6th, 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, and then the current model was on YouTube.
I did a duel.
You did
even though we were not allowed to, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. You didn't sign any papers.
Exactly. Yeah. See, and I was like, I mean, if they want to delete my channel on Twitch, it's all right, but I'm going to do it anyways. So, and then like a week or two after, they were like, yeah, you can dual stream now. I'm like, all right, let's go.
That's so weird because I could have sworn that the Twitch dual streaming restriction was only for partners, but it was
affiliates too. We were not allowed to. Like people did it anyways. Yeah,
because Twitch
with the chance of getting like banned. But
yeah, Twitch doesn't have rules. What do you mean? They only have rules if you're popular, and that's even questionable.
Like the bottom feeders like us, they don't care because it's part of the rules right now that you're not supposed to have like what do you call it? Like two chats at the same time on the screen.
Oh, I saw news about that. Yeah, which was
I don't.
It's such a cool little internet thing, though. It's like, hey, two streaming platforms, chats combined. You can see a little icon of where it's coming from.
They can talk to each other. Like it's nice. I'd rather my chat be able to talk to each other because I do have some people that just don't like Twitch.
Yeah,
they don't want to be there. So like at least they can still see what other people are saying. If my chat is not on the screen or like if we're having it just chatting, I'd rather everybody see what's going on.
Exactly. It's like crossplay for chat.
Exactly. Like I don't understand why Twitch is having a problem with that, but do I really think they'll come to like my 4 viewer chat to be like, oh my gosh, she's breaking the rules? No, I don't think so.
Ooh,
like I don't believe.
Teacher.
Like I saw something on that turtle's channel. I'm just saying it's illegal.
You joke about that, but there are people on these internet communities that do exactly that. It's like, hello, I don't know if you're aware of this. I'm just bringing it to your attention. But
like, do you really want to be like Twitch, like teacher's pet? Like, what do you gain? Like, that reminds me, like I hear so much about drama and like, oh no, here are things I learned about the VTuber community on next Wednesday.
What have you heard?
I mean, I ain't gonna be too controversial out here, but I mean, it's like talking about like how like VTubers are mostly like it's high school bullies and people are getting like they're seeing how like toxic people are and blah 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 blah. And I'm always reading because I'm petty like that. I'm nosy. I need to know stuff. But I like in my 2 years here, I've never been involved in anything. I've never like seen something like happen like anywhere close to me and stuff. I feel like honestly, if you don't want to be involved in drama, you're not gonna like just don't look for it. Like mind your business. Trust the right people. Like, yeah, people can betray you, but I mean, how long did it take before you started trusting them enough that they could have something against you?
Oh, like, you'd be surprised. Actually, Manayu, I'm not gonna reveal too much, but your name came up behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness.
Not in a bad way. No, so for those that don't know, I have a group that we're starting, a small group that's been floating around called Project Hivecore. And your name actually came up because there's apparently somebody out there who somebody else is concerned about. And they're trying to get close to people like Manayu and Vector, and you got to watch out. which I appreciate, you know, the heads up, but apparently there's some people out there who it's like they're not good, they're manipulative, right? And sometimes you don't know. So who knows, if they ever start to stir up some more shit, maybe I'll have to reach out to people like you and others. But it's funny because it's like, you know, trying to manage the community, I would hope to hear about this kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like, bro, why are people like this?
Like, we're all adults.
You would hope.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I feel like if someone wants to do something, and, you know, I may seem very naive, but I don't like people like that. Like, I ain't getting close with just nobody, like anybody like that. Yeah. Like, I've had creeps in my DMs, and then I closed my DMs. That was the end of it.
It's that easy. You know? Yeah.
Like, there is a way to, like, you know, cut contact with people, and like the weird ones I usually have a good radar for it. And honestly, I need to give like credit where credit is due. If Aster's around, ain't nobody coming around. Aster gonna smite them. Like, that's not. I got a good circle of people around me that like good. We got each other's back, and Aster ain't got no chill. So like, sometimes sometimes I'm like, I wish he had a little bit more of chill, but you know, I'm gonna trust your judgment on that one. Like, he got a radar. When he sees someone in his chat, he's like ready to smite. Like, he's like, that's a sus person right there.
My time has come.
Oh yeah. Even when I'm like, I don't see it. I don't think they're being weird. He's like,
Yeah. No, Haster actually, I mean, I don't have a close relationship with Haster. It's kind of through your channel, if anything. But Haster, I've noticed, you know, when he first came on as your moderator, he was pretty vocal about people and their behavior. But in the more recent times, he I don't know if you guys have talked to figure out a good balance, but he's mellowed out a little bit. Like, he'll give people 1 or 2 chances before being like, hey, knock that shit off, I'm done with you.
Yeah, like, he mellowed out because we talked about it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't playing. Yeah. Like, I give him like my general, like, you know, I was the one that was more like, give people a chance. Like, if they don't listen, they don't listen. But, you know, first offense, like, you know, let's try and be, you know, a bit more lenient. That's the only reason. If I gave him free reign, someone like looks weird at someone in the chat, they're gone. Like, they're not staying there. Yeah, you love your strong army.
Hey, Aster.
Yeah, that random dude that, like, you know, sent me a nice FU for something I had nothing to do with, and I'm like, all right, bro.
Time to sick my dog. You got to get a beware of Haster.
Yeah, like, that's why I feel very safe in my own chat, because I do have an amazing mod. So that's like, good. Yeah, I'll give you a compliment, Aster, for that. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. You still bully me, but
we'll spam some hearts in the chat. Safe. I wonder if that worked. Oh no, I'm breaking it.
Whoops.
It doesn't. Whoopsie. I have to sign in on OBS. All right, you guys do the hearts. Whatever.
Yeah. Like, can I do this?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Sound like, there we go. See,
there you go.
Some love for Aster.
There we go.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons I personally feel very safe in my chat. Like, and let's be real, Aster's always there. So it's like, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm able to take care of myself, but if I miss something, I got backup. Like, I know he's here. If Kieran's around, if Kohaku's around, like, I have like a very tight-knit group that I trust around me, and I do, like, you know, have their backs if anything happens. And we never had any drama between us, so I think we're like past the phase of like, are they gonna betray me and I'm not gonna get a tweet longer, you know? Like, we're kind of past that group. Like, you know, like, we also have, like I was saying earlier, we have the movie night group. We're chill. We, like, you know, we're the gang. We chill. We know we can trust each other.
Yeah, I forget. I think so. I think so. They all seem like great people. I forget who I was having this conversation with, but I think one of the things that's special with the VTubing groups in particular is when they start doing more offline together. Because there's only so much you can really gauge of people through streams and collabs, right? And it's not until you get into the DMs where it's like, oh, that's how you are.
Oh, that's the real person. Like, all right. Yeah.
So
I feel like I've had that with most of my close friends. That's why, like, you know, it's weird for me to refer to some people as like my chat or like people. No, like most people are my actual friends. Like, you know, we talk outside of streams. So to me, they're my friends more than anything. So like, you know, there's some people that I only see on stream. So yeah, they'll be like, you know, people that come to my streams. But some people I just hang out with.
Yeah.
Like, because we want to, not like, oh yeah, let me get some clout too. You know?
Right. You've gotten past that phase, as you said.
Yeah. I think it's weird. Like my main friend group, like I don't think we ever had even that. Like it was so natural, and then we just stuck with each other. It's just, I don't know, it just worked out. So like we've been like friends for like 2 years, like for the main group, and it's like, yeah, we wouldn't change anything. We just like each other like that, you know?
That's good. That's special. What do you think about when because there's a lot of streamers in general. There's a lot of VTubers in general. And not a lot of them find those groups, which is maybe a little strange. I don't know. It's do you think it's an issue where they just haven't crossed paths with maybe the right people and you got lucky in that regard? Or do you think it's more of a they don't know how to bring people into their lives?
I think it's kind of a mix. I think you have to just meet the right people. In some ways, I feel like, let's say, example, Kohaku.
Yeah.
I saw Kohaku on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, she's cute. And then, you know, I was beginning as a streamer. I didn't know anything. So I would show up to her streams and say hi and talk to her and just be in our chat. And like, we never really communicated. And then I think later on, she eventually came to my debut.
Okay.
And then we started playing games together, and then I had my Minecraft server, and then she helped me out, and then we would start talking outside, like in DMs, and all of a sudden we were friends. Like it just happened. But I think you have to be intentional in a way. Like I didn't know what I wanted, but I was like, I'm just gonna be nice to this person. And somehow it worked out. Same for Aster. Aster was honestly shrimping over his model. And I was like, bro, your model's hot. And that's how I met him. And then he came to my debut. And then he just stuck to my streams. And then we stayed friends. So like, you know, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Most of my friendships. Kieran was through Drox. I was doing my first like stream first collab with Drox, and he was like, you know, showing me how to do stuff in Discord, in a Discord call in his server. And then Kieran showed up with his friends to like literally harass Drox about butt stuff. So that was my first introduction to Kieran.
That's so funny.
And somehow it stuck. So I feel like, you know, there's moments where you will meet people and it'll be great. But I think what I see on Twitter a lot of the times is like, there's people that are just, I think I'm introverted, but they're actually more introverted than I am.
That's
and
probably,
they just cannot talk to people and they stress out. And there's some people that are just fake. So like, if you're trying to portray yourself as a certain way, and then when you get to see someone, sometimes people get weird. They get like overly attached to people, and people like back off because like, calm down. Like, I don't know you like that.
It's that dog like, that walks up and starts sniffing your butt immediately. It's like, bro, please.
And you're like, wait a minute. Like, I don't know you like that. Because I've seen like some longers and dramas before. Like, oh, I thought we were closer than we were. But the other person and their other longer was like, they were like kind of like, you know, stalking me, and I was getting creeped out. So clearly there's a lack of communication here where people don't understand each other. So I feel like you have to have the intention of really knowing someone. And I felt also when we're all small people, nobody's thinking, oh, this one is using me for a clout. Like, you know, I mean, you ain't gonna get any clout from me. So I mean, if you're trying to that, it's not happening, guys. I don't got the clout you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I know I have nothing. So I know most of the time, as far as I know, nobody comes to me in hopes of getting clout. So it's never a thought in my brain. And I've never approached someone because I don't approach people. I just don't. I don't like people that much. Like once I have my circle, like you, I have Vector, I have a few people, I have Hero. Like you are all people I would feel comfortable talking to. But since making my friend circle, I don't think I've really gone out of my way to
Yeah.
find more. And I'm like, I'm comfortable with the number of friends I have right now. I don't want more. Like I'm like,
Yeah, I had this conversation, I think with Vector. I think I've talked about it just in general myself too. But yeah, it's like, man, VTubing. I remember starting and was like, we're gonna figure out how to make this network and meet as many people as possible. And as soon as I got to like a dozen or two, like yeah, like about a dozen, maybe a baker's dozen number of people, I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's hard to manage like relationships.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's what
And
it
like,
is.
yeah, and I think that's what I wanted to say. Like, I think it's important to establish with your friends like what your limits are, so that nobody feels some type of way. I'm the type of person that may take days to answer a message, but I feel like my friend circle knows that.
Yeah.
So like, even if I replied like 3 days after what they said, I will take the time to reply. But none of them have ever come back to me like, "Oh, you never answer." Like I have to wait. Like they know I'm not a DM person, so as long as they're aware that this is how I work and they're okay with it, and vice versa, I feel like the relationship can be like, healthy.
Sure.
If you're not gonna do that though, struggles.
Yeah, that's Manayu, did you grow up in the time where cell phones were just coming out, or did you always grow up with a cell phone?
Oh no, I did. I got my first cell phone as an adult. That's what you need to know.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this is something that's common between that difference. I think people who grew up when cell phones weren't just handed out, in elementary school or whatever equivalent, they understand that, email is electronic, like mail.
Yeah, you had to go get it on the computer and look at it.
Yeah, they understand that a text message wasn't always referred to as instant messaging, right?
Yeah, no. Like you answer when you can,
Right. Because I'm terrible. I'll get a message from like family and I won't respond until like a month later. Same. It's like, oh, by the way, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm thinking about that message my cousin sent me 3 weeks ago. I haven't answered.
Yeah. So you got the same mind, yeah. But folks that maybe grew up with instant messaging and they had a cell phone super young and they're used to immediately responding, and because nowadays, like even Discord, right, you get the push notifications. Same with Twitter, X, and all these other places. So it's like, ooh, I saw the blip, I gotta act to it. Gotta get to it. So yeah, there's some people I've spoken to, it's like, yeah, I don't reply for 24 hours and they bug me, and then they start messaging multiple times.
Then you feel bad, but you're still not answering.
Yeah. And in some cases, that's also just when the true colors come out. It's like, oh, you were nice in the first message, and the second message you're like, hey, just making sure you saw this. But then an hour later, it's like, oh, I didn't think that you were this piece of shit that wasn't gonna respond.
You
like
care about nobody involved. Like all of a sudden you have a whole new character. It's like, all right, I was at work, sorry.
Yeah. Which which I struggle to understand. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm too old for this, but like, where's the balance these days? I wonder if you just hear about those stories, right? And that's part of that drama that you'll hear about on the internet, or if it's more, yeah, most people are reasonable, but there's a few bad apples, or is it a lot of bad apples and half of them are reasonable?
Yeah, like I feel like what we see on Twitter, like if I just had Twitter to go around to figure out like what VTubers are like, I'd be terrified. Like if I didn't make my own friends and like get my group of people that are actually good and decent people, I'd be like, there's no way I would want to be part of this community. Every single day something comes out. Yeah. Every single day. Like I think yesterday there was a drama because a girl had her design and her tail has a ghost face on it. Apparently someone owns that, and they're like, can you change it? Because like blah blah blah, and then whole drama, and like bro, move on.
Well, you're lucky you went with the sea turtle, because I don't know if anyone's really done a proper sea turtle.
Like I've seen a few turtles. I think I had seen one sea turtle back in the day, but I think she graduated. So
Mm.
I feel like I'm lucky in that nobody just likes sea turtle like I do, so that works for me.
Yeah,
But
you see sharks, you see, I think you see seals, you see a lot of bears, and obviously cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Is there a stingray? Ah.
Yeah, there is one that is very popular. There is a koi fish. Like, there's quite a few aquatic ones, but I've never seen another sea turtle like just like me, really.
Yeah, I haven't
will
either.
say, there was one time I saw a model and I was like, this one looks suspiciously like me, but I mean, I ain't gonna see anything. I was like, like black girl with about the same like skin tone, long hair like me. She had the straw hat, red eyes, and I was like, suspiciously close, but I never said anything. Never saw her around. Like I think I saw like the rigging company or the artist something like showcasing the model. But like I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. But it was like not that long after I came out with this model. So like I think the thing that people liked the most from my model when I came out with it was the hat. So I was like, that's a very specific feature to have look very, very similar to mine. But
it's a good design for a hat. Yeah.
Like my artist did a great job. Their hat was not as hot as mine, just gonna say. But,
yeah.
I was followed by a chicken. All right, Aster.
Chicken. Yeah, we got chickens out there. We got some dinosaur chickens. We got. Yes. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the chicken nugget VTuber. Because then
I feel like Kohaku should have done it.
Yeah, right? Kohaku needs to make a chicken nugget outfit for herself. That'd be perfect.
Or a mascot or something. I need a talking chicken nugget somewhere.
Right?
Like it's a need at this point.
It really should happen. I mean, there's so many VTubers who have an odd infatuation with chicken nuggets.
Like I feel like there's still a lot of space for people to get creative. Like I'm not super creative, so I was not gonna be like, oh, I need to have like skills and this tool. I was like, I want a cute dress. Yeah,
there you go.
That was the extent of like, I want to have like a sundress and I want to look cute and like I'm going to the beach or something. That was my idea behind my model. But then I see people that come out with very like epic designs and they look very cool, and I see people still have the creativity, but then at the same time, okay, I might get canceled for that, but the other day I see someone with a model that looks like 90% like Iron Mouse. Like it's not like, oh no,
yeah, I think I saw the same one. Yeah,
because like I've seen two at this point where like they have the same streak of purple in their pink hair. You're like, okay, that's a bit specific. Then she had the horns, like okay, the face shape, the eyes, the little like fang. I was like, and then this is gonna be a whole Twitter drama where the person's like, not all pink girls are Iron Man. Like, no, but you're not trying right now. like bro, make an effort here, okay? Like, nah.
You see that with the shark one too, like the the thick shark tail and the blue sweater.
There was a big drama. There's a girl that came out with her trailer for her debut and stuff. And honestly, I will admit, I saw the trailer the first time, and then the name of the big VTuber came to my mind. I was like, oh, is that? And then it wasn't. And then the more you look at her, the more you can see the differences. But if the first impression I have when I see it is like, is that this big Victor X? Maybe you're a bit close. Maybe you want to not look that close. I don't know. I would not want to look like that because I know all the trouble that like comes with it. People comparing you. Oh, you're this VTuber from Wish and all that. Like,
with the rabid fans as they bare their teeth and start growling and the rabies kick in.
You before you start.
Oh yeah, we know it.
Like, do I have the time and energy for beef before I start my career? Absolutely not.
Nope. Yeah, that's something that. Yeah, if you just look at the character and just like this, really, there's a line between inspired and just blatantly copied and modified.
It's like like as soon as you suspect something, that means something is off. Like if you have to wait until someone tells you, oh, doesn't this person look like this? And you're like, oh yeah, maybe I can see it. It's different. But if everybody sees you and they're like,
yeah, is this a rip?
Yeah, like
yeah.
are you? Is just a new outfit design? Like what is this? You know?
Yeah, but enough ragging on the community.
Oh yeah, me nah, never.
Never, not once. No, drama's always fun to talk about. It's just, you know,
Right.
there's a line between calling out specifics and
Yeah.
yes,
We don't want to be doing that.
and talking about topics in a hopefully constructive and slightly distasteful way. I mean, tasteful way. It's funny because I also remember early on when you were doing a lot of those kind of more chatting streams. I don't remember if you did chatting only. I feel like maybe it's my imagination, but I feel like you used to do like an hour before playing a game or an hour before starting your singing streams is when you would do your chatting time. Am I misremembering?
I mean, it's a bit of a mix. I didn't used to do that many just chatting because I was too scared. I was just too scared to be talking to myself for an hour. So I would not like just chatting used to like really terrify me. I've gotten better at rambling on my own. So whether it's people in chat or not, I'm good at I just keep going. I did used to talk more before games. I mean, I probably did a few times. I don't think it was a usual thing that I would talk for an hour before the game when I had a plan to go. I would talk long, but I don't think it went up to an hour.
Oh, maybe like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, because, you know, I like to say hi to people, but I mean, it would also vary on like, is there someone in chat or not? Because if I'm on my own, I ain't gonna be talking for 30 minutes before a game. Like, what's the point, you know?
Why not? You don't like talking to the mirror?
I mean, I like myself, but not that much.
Okay.
I kind of know my own stories already, so you know.
Yeah, if you liked yourself more, you'd be plucking your eyebrows.
30, 45 minutes sometimes, yeah. I'm pretty sure this happened a few times, yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot, maybe it's just the ones that I remember. Because I generally enjoy those streams.
I mean, I love chatting to people. Honestly, I'm like getting over my fear of having nobody in chat. It still happens, like, you know, it's a reality, but I'm getting better at coping with it. Before it would like really like mess me up. Like I'd be very sad. Like, I mean, I get sad sometimes still, like if I see nobody, I'm like, oh no, my chat is dead, nah. But I'm getting better at getting over it and be like, okay, like today I want to chat about this. Like, I had a list and then people kept bullying me this week. So I didn't get through all the things I wanted to talk about, you know?
Sure.
But I'm getting better at it and I really enjoy it. Like, I feel like it's such a better way to get to know people in the chat, like being able to chat and read the chat. And like, you know, if I'm playing, I have to pause in between and blah, blah, blah. I love being able to talk to people. That's why I just wish, like, see, like, as I said in my debut, my goal for the long future, because I am believing like that, is to get to 30 concurrent viewers. For me, this is my current goal. I feel like it's not super easy, but it's also like achievable for who I am and what I do at the moment. So like if I get 30, I'll be so happy. I'll be so satisfied with myself. I'm like I'm not gonna be like, I want 100. I'm not crazy like that. 30 would be a good stop for me as of right now, you know?
I like that number. That's a attainable number, I think.
Yeah. I think it is. Like if I did it, I would have put it lower, but I think like 30 would be feasible.
Yeah, I think it's a good balance between like just pushing like the bottom feeder limits, but also being something kind of, you know, it's a real milestone, right? Like if you said 10, you're like, I might get that 1 week randomly, but 30 is like you gotta have a.
You gotta push forward, you know?
Yeah, you gotta like at least a couple dozen people who are your fans that actually want to see it, and so I think that's a good goal.
Yeah, and you know, that's another thing about like being in the VTubing community, like your viewers often are your friends that are other
yeah, I've talked about this.
Right? So it's like, yeah, like, you know, it's nice. I appreciate my friends that are there, but like I feel some type of way when I see a new person that actually likes the content and stays, and like I start seeing them more and more in my chat. It's like, oh, that's someone that really came for my content. It's like, you know, some people, like, I know some of my people tell me they actually do enjoy my content, and I appreciate that a lot. But I know that even myself, sometimes I go to streams of people just because they're my friends and I want to support. It's not the same feeling, you know?
Yeah, I can relate to that because I think I specifically voiced on stream at least. It's like, man, if we're buddies and you're and you're streaming and you're trying to do this, don't come to my streams. I'm like, you have don't waste your time on this channel when I look at you like a peer, not a someone who needs to support my numbers. So that's my take. Because if I can't get, like you said, right? Let's if you can't get people who enjoy your content, but you keep getting the same people who are your regulars, your friends, essentially supporting, which is fine, nothing wrong with that.
Like, but I mean, we don't say no to support, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. But well, I do. but it takes away from the real numbers, I think. To identify, it's like, okay, are these what's the word I'm looking for? Inflated, right? With my friends and family, if you are that type, or are these numbers like real people who I have no connection with and they're here for what I put out? So
yeah, they saw something and they were like, oh, I like this, I want to come back for more. It's harder if like 50% of your chat is your friends, then you're like,
which, like, you know, on YouTube you're like, I really appreciate the watch time, you guys, but
yes, that's different. Yeah,
watch time is something else. Yeah. Yeah,
like, we love it.
But man, it's I don't know, if you're a streamer and I see you doing streaming, it's like, I hope you find the success doing it, especially if you put a lot of effort into it, which I know you're on that list as far as my book is concerned. But
I try.
I know I'm saying all these nice things about Manayu. I don't know, but we got to find something bad. But I don't really have anything for you anymore, other than
like, stop it, flattering like that.
I know.
Like, dang.
I do find it funny when you take your hair off, though. There you go. That is something that a handful of YouTubers are willing to do, and it cracks me up every time I see them do it.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need that look, and I honestly think
you pull it off.
This is giving. I'm like, ooh, I got this style. I'm living for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know.
Sometimes, like, when I'm doing stuff like offline, I just don't have my hair on. And it was actually really useful when I was like talking to my rigger about my eyebrows, because there was something bothering me, and like, but I can actually see my eyebrows fully when I don't have hair on it.
Less distraction.
I love that she gave it some shade when I turn around.
Yeah.
But, you know?
I think that really does it on your model, is the fact that there's a bit of a light shift, a shade shift.
Yeah, so it's not too flat, you know, like it looks like a head. We love it out here.
Yeah, you're rocking it, that's for sure.
It's a vibe with the earrings, like, you know, we living for the style.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Your earrings have multiple spots where it's rigged.
Yeah. And there's like a shiny on it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, ooh.
God, they did such a good job. I'm so impressed.
They did. I 100,000% recommend. Like, they were nice. They were affordable for me and my sad budget, but they were affordable. So like, yeah.
Cool. Very nice. And then who did your background? Because backgrounds are something that I find some people have, a lot of people don't.
See, that's the beauty of Booth. I mean, I got it as a gift. There's actually a sad story.
Oh, story
like,
time.
You can actually buy this whole set on Booth. There's a lot of backgrounds. Honestly, I'm like, if you're on a budget, don't commission someone. Go on Booth. Just find something that fits. So this background, Kohaku saw it, and I'm like, oh, I think that'd be good for you. And I saw it, like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I went to buy it. The website was in Japanese, and I thought I read properly, but I bought the one that was with the purple hue, and I was like, this doesn't fit my model at all. Like, I mean, I was like, I bought the wrong one, yeah, but there's no way I can work with it because it has nothing to do with my model colors. Like, it just doesn't. It's like a pinkish purple hue, and that doesn't work. I was so sad because I mean, it's cheaper than getting a commission, but it's not that cheap. And I even like wrote to them like, I'm so sorry, I really wanted the blue one. Is there anything we can do? Like, this is a digital product, so we can't.
Yeah,
like,
tricky.
You already got it, so we can't. And I was depressed. So I was trying to play with like filters, and then thankfully someone very nice gifted me the right one. So I did
there we go.
Yeah, but I was so depressed about it. But I really like it, and I specifically like this one because there's a sea turtle that like swims in the background sometimes. So I was like, I want this one. The purple one did not even have a sea turtle. It had like a squid or something, and I was like, this is depressing. Like,
yeah, that's something, you know, sometimes you just don't know until you're 1 year into it or 2 years into it. But,
yeah.
but you know, as much as I went with the live 2D model, I'm like, I should have just started with a PNG. I had no idea a PNG tuber was a thing when I was starting.
Yeah. Yeah, I may have done that. I feel like I had heard of PNG tubers, but I know that people actually commission people for the models. Like you could have it like, you know, be person like
blinking.
Like, yeah, like you could have, oh yeah, I wanted to look that way and get people to do it. And then with the VTube, like the PNG tube stuff to make it move, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you don't know what you want to be yet, that's the best way to go. Get a PNG. As people say, like in the VTuber threads, that with the real good advice, like try it before you invest. Like don't just do it. Like, I mean, I could say that's what I did, but I would say it to someone that wants to do it.
Yeah.
Don't start investing money right away. See if you actually like streaming, because if you don't, like, you're doomed with all these expenses you did.
True.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you gotta, you know, get the skills like some people that we know that can just make it themselves.
The vectors of this world that can just do their stuff.
Exactly. Oh.
Like, I will never stop like fangirling over Vector. Like I'm not even shy about it. Like I don't even remember how I found him. But the day I did, I was like, whoa, he's so cool.
We're not jealous.
I was like, yeah, sir. But I remember, and I was telling all my friends, like, have you seen this dude? He's so cool. He did this and he did that and blah, blah, blah. And then look at him today, like with the whole 40-minute predictions and stuff, and I'm like, dang,
right?
Like if I had like 1% of the talent that Vector has, I feel like I would have made it by now. Like I don't understand. I'm so jealous that he's so good at everything, and I don't understand why he got so much skills. And yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a real fan, and I'm not shy. Yeah, keep seething, Aster.
Which, you know, speaking, I guess since we're talking about it, I wasn't really sure where I would introduce this, but how did you enjoy being a part of the last special? Because it was Girls Fright Night or whatever it was called.
Yes.
And you were there among, there was like 6 or 7 of you girls.
Yeah. There was a lot
as
of
the
us.
main attraction this time around, which was fun. Yeah, how was it?
I mean, I have to say that my favorite part, as I was saying on my stream, was your makeup. It was amazing.
Well, that credit goes to Vector as well.
No, I was in the car with my coworkers trying to look decent, but I was cracking up so much I could not. That was glorious. But yeah, working with Vector is always very enjoyable. Like he really does his best to make you look your best, because like he would be able to say, like, I'm not a super good actress, let's be real, but also like English is difficult for me. And when I'm trying to read stuff, it's really hard. So like he's very patient with me, because sometimes I have to repeat the same sentence over and over because I just can't say it right. Like I was like, Vector is seeing what it looks like when I'm trying to record a video for YouTube. It takes me hours because I can't read for my life. And I just really enjoy them. It's so exciting to read the script. It's exciting to see the final product and be like, oh, like let's see and this and that. And like sometimes I don't need to like know the punch or something. It's just so much fun to be part of such a fun thing, and like the talent that he has to bring everybody together, and seeing like I was watching some of the girls and I'm like, they're so good. I want to be more like them. Like, you know, I want to get better too, you know?
Yeah.
You're looking for great scenes.
I'm trying. Like, but you can just tell already with just a few of these scenes, you know, he throws a bunch of people in them, and then obviously.
Yeah, and the background design and everything, it's amazing. Look, it's Aster over there.
Yep. I had fun pointing out who I recognized. Mm-hmm. And then, I was stoked to see that, I think this is the first special where your new model got used, right? In one of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I filmed this before my debut.
And then we got, obviously, Kohaku making an appearance at the bottom there, right?
Yes. But like when we're filming, it's like, oh yeah, look left, look up, look down. Yeah. But like, I don't know how he like sees everything in his mind before doing it, and I'm super impressed with this. Like he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna do this. She's coming from the left, so you got to do this like this and do this like that. It's just amazing. I am thoroughly impressed.
No, this one was really great. There's so many backgrounds. He actually had a little bit of help from some others. Fortunately, this time around is what I recall.
Oh, that's good because there was way too much.
He still does way too much for it by himself.
Yeah, like he like I'm sure this man doesn't sleep. Okay, like he's like when he has a special and he said like 2 days ago that he was already working on something else. Like I'm like, bro, go to bed.
Right.
Like sleep, live a little bit.
This man hasn't seen the light of day in months.
For real, I'm sure he hasn't. He's just like out here with his random PC parts in his house and like doing his own thing.
So Vector aside though, I remember who invited you to do the singing stream way back when? This was like a year ago probably, but
invited me to a singing stream?
Because you and Vector had done like a duet session.
That was for his first anniversary.
So he invited you.
Yeah. We did 2 songs in French.
Do you ever reach out to people to do collabs, or you just like, nah, I don't really care.
Exposing me like that? Yeah, I don't.
No. because I'm trying to remember, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting, but like I swear that you and I had talked a lot about Fall. Did we ever play Fall Guys together?
We did. I'm pretty sure we
right?
did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did too. But then I keep trying to remember when.
It was a while ago. I think it was you, Vector, Hero, and I.
Soul? Okay. I'd have to go back and check, but it's like I have your old PNG. I have your reactive link, so we must have
with that at some point. Yeah. No, I do remember. We all did Jackbox collab too. Yes, we did. Exactly. That's true.
Was that also a long time ago? Because
less long.
Yeah. When I was trying to get ready for this, I was like, I hope I'm not misremembering. It's like I swear we did a collab, but it wouldn't surprise me if we've just like interacted in each other's chats in a way where my memories just kind of made a collab out of it.
We did collab twice, very sparsely, like another line. And to confirm what you say, I realized I think I always knew, but I fully realized I don't like collabs that much. Like I
tell me about it.
Don't like. I feel like something like this tonight is fun. Like it's very chill. We're chatting. Life is good.
Yeah.
Collabs are stressful for me. Like, and then I realized like a few months ago, I actually never asked anybody for a collab. Like, I get invited and I say yes, but I never invite people to do that. I'm just not the type really. And then I realized how stressful it is for me to like have to do things. I think even if I do collabs from now on, I will never be streaming my side at the same time as someone else. It's too stressful for me having to mute, having to be, I need to like make sure my chat is taken care of. But at the same time, I need to like talk to the collab person. And then sometimes I think I was collabing once and like my chat was asking me to do something. So I was asking the person, do you mind if we do this? My chat wants to do this. And I could feel some type of resistance. So then I felt bad. And I was like, I don't like this vibe at all because I feel like maybe the other person thought like it's a collab, so you should be like focusing just on this, not doing what your chat wants you to do. And for me, it's a bit like, but that's my chat is there for me, for you too, and like the collab. But I feel like it should be more of a free zone where everybody can, like your chat could ask us to do stuff. I wouldn't mind, but maybe this is just my perception of it. Being a small streamer, like my chat, aka like 6 people max. So like if they're chatting, I can catch what they're saying, and I think the person was about as big as me too. So I feel like it's all right. No, but maybe it wasn't for them. I feel like we may all have different like views of collabs.
Yeah.
So when I do stuff with friends, I rarely call them collabs. Like if Aster's on my chat, it's not a collab. I'm just hanging out with Aster.
Right.
I'm hanging out with Kohaku. It's not a collab. We're just chilling. Like I feel a bit like that about the podcast. I'm chilling with you. I'm hanging out. It's not casual. Like, oh, big collab, I just don't like it.
Okay.
And I especially don't like it with some people I don't know, so it's worse. Like this is the feeling I had with someone I knew. So imagine if I was with someone I don't know at all. There's no way I would want to do that. Like, nah.
Hanging out is just an offline collab.
Exactly. Like if it was the case, then movie nights would be collabs at this point. We're just chilling.
That's a fair point. I do wonder because between my friend groups, I'm usually the one that, I'm one of the ones that would try to schedule to do things.
Yeah.
because aside from maybe one or two others that I know, if they don't come up with something, friends would never hang out. Like we would just never do anything together. Yeah. So I find it interesting on the internet when, especially on Twitter and the small communities that we know, there's a lot of people who ask for like friendship, right? And it's like, well, that's
quote unquote friendship.
That's a way to go about it. Like the doing, I think, is more valuable for me. But then you bring up a good point. It's like some people just don't like the stress of organizing people together, especially if they're new. And then the stress of, hey, we're starting our collab, and this, not to mention scheduling. We all love scheduling.
There's also that, like, see how I messed up our last schedule.
Oh yeah, there's a story there. No one knew about it until you said something.
I mean, I had to conclude to people. I think it was movie night last time. I concluded to some people about what happened. Yeah. Like, oopsie, dude, I felt so bad because for me, my brain registered that 28 is a Friday. It is a Friday. So I was just waiting. And that Friday morning, I was pretending to work as usual. I'm like, it's today. I should probably make a post about it, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, wait a minute, going back to our DMs. And I was like, I felt so bad because you offered me dates.
Yeah, I did.
And then I just chose a random date. Yeah, you did not offer. So I was like, it must think I'm like, I just don't care. I just like chose that random date he did not offer as an option.
Well, here's the story behind it, right? So when I reach out to people, usually I do it one at a time rather than trying to schedule a bunch of people in a row. But the problem is when I reach out to everyone, it's roughly the same message, right? It's like, hey, I do this little podcast, or I've started this little podcast with people initially that I know. Maybe in the future we'll try it with some other people, but generally on Fridays, generally at 9 p.m. Eastern. What do you feel like? Like, can you do a future day? And if Fridays don't work for you, we can be flexible. And I don't think that part made it to you.
No.
So when you gave me just like a date, it's like, hey, this date works for me. I'm just like, cool, that date works for me too.
Because you gave me like a bunch of dates. Like you were like, there's the 27, there's the 10, there's blah, 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 blah.
And then I looked
at my calendar and I was like, that's a Friday. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, bam, 28, let's do it. And it was Saturday.
Yeah. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. And I had been talking about it like the whole week. It was on my schedule. I was talking about it every stream. Don't forget, Friday there's the podcast, blah, blah, blah.
So it's funny because I went and double checked, I think, your schedule, that the PNG schedule that you'll sometimes post, right? And I don't think I saw it there. So I was like, okay, she's probably just going to be offline. It'll be fine. And then you messaged me like the day of, and just like, I made an oopsie.
Yeah. I felt so dumb. I was like, oh my God, I felt so guilty.
Nah.
And like I had like my sister was like, oh, are you free like Friday night? Like our cousin wants to hang out. I'm like, no, I have a podcast. I canceled off.
I'm doing nothing.
Yep. And I mean, I was like, oh, whoopsie do.
It happens. It happens. I am so used to schedules and schedules just like not working half the time that I'm pretty flexible, thankfully.
Thankfully, like the guilt I felt though, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, you must think I'm so dumb. I was like,
no. Listen, at least you let me know rather than not showing up.
Oh, that would have been so sad.
Right?
Oh my God, I would have felt so bad. I wouldn't be able to live with myself with that. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, no.
So it's fine.
I may not be good at replying, but I will let people know if I can't make it somewhere.
Exactly.
Like that's one thing I would feel too guilty if I did it, you know.
Yeah. And I, to be fair, I did tell you not to worry about it because I don't think I said a single thing to you that entire week, just assuming that like our plans were set, we're coasting to it, we're ready to go. Come Saturday, we'll do the So I didn't even give you like a reminder, hey, I'll see you on Saturday. But
we just didn't talk, and at some point I was like, well, I think you will probably like, you know, tweet something, and now like
not anymore.
To, like, you know, retweet or something. So I was kind of waiting for this because I was, I guess, too lazy. I was like, if he makes a sweet tweet, I'm gonna put his channel in there, blah 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 blah. I had a post. I hope I didn't. I had scheduled something. I hope it didn't go out. But I was like, okay. And I was like, you know, I'll confirm with the alert. I'm going to wait for him to make the room so I can have the link to put in my post. And then I was like, more time was passing, but like, I'm not hearing something from him. Let me check. That's when I went to check our DMs. And I was like, frick.
That number doesn't look right. It was fun though.
Yeah, I was like, wait, let me see. What did he say? Because I think I checked 28. And then I checked my calendar on my PC, and I was like, oh no. Oh, not like this.
Not like this.
Yeah, pain. Pure pain.
It's fun though. I'm sure this will never come up again.
Never. Nobody heard it. Nobody will talk about it.
Yeah, 3 months from now, I'll just be letting Manayu know. She'll be the only one that I'll just send out a reminder. It's like, hey, Friday, right?
Yeah. Please do send me reminders. I'm not good with that. But last thing I guess about collabs, I feel like personally, collabs to me are supposed to be chill. Like if I feel stressed from like organizing it or like planning and everything, I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy my time.
You're forcing it too much.
Yeah, because I feel like it should be very casual. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm being naive about it, but I feel like when I see like bigger VTubers, like, oh, today I'm having a just chatting with X other big VTuber, they just sit down and they chat, they just, you know, live their life. Like, it's just what it is. And people are happy because they see two of the people they like spending time together.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it's a bit, maybe there's more into it that I'm seeing, but for me, I feel like this is how I would want to do things. Like if I just want to do just chatting, but I'm like, oh, Dregn, you doing something? No, you want to come over and chat? Like I feel like this is how I would want my collabs to be. Like I know it's not that easy because, you know, schedules and stuff, but like I feel like that's the vibe I want to feel from organizing, quote unquote, a collab, which I have never done and probably will never do, but you know.
Well, we'll let you know if we're ready for you again.
We can plan ahead. Wait, actually I don't know if I asked him or if we just decided to do it. I did have like a quote unquote collab with Aster where we played chess because I don't know, we had a phase where we were into chess and like he was just bullying me, but it was chill. He was on stream, we were chatting, he was just drawing me at chess, and that was that. Nice. And I feel like that's just a very simple, like, I mean, it works well because, you know, we're in the same time zone, so like there's no real question, and he's in my streams every day, so you know I can be like, yo, you wanna play chess today, and be like, you know.
Haster, are you big? I'm sure Haster's floating around here, right? Still, probably. Yeah, the guard dog is always on watch. Yeah. But you a big chess buff? Because it's funny you bring up chess. I was thinking recently, like, maybe it'd be interesting if anyone that we know is interested in chess. No,
Haster's right there.
Haster, no. Haster's gone. Can't you read?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, because back in middle school, I was actually not officially part of the chess club, but I was introduced to chess.
Yeah.
And I was the dorky kid in the library playing chess over lunch break.
Well, what do you know? I was too.
Oh, no kidding. Wait, so, but Haster's kicking your butt. What happened?
I mean, I forgot stuff, but I remember I knew all the cool like moves, like moving like the rook with the king and stuff like that. I learned all of that when I was in middle school, but again, it was in middle school. It was forever, so like I don't remember anything. Like if I play now, I'm relearning. I'd be like, oh yeah, vaguely remember this strategy here.
Okay.
I'm also a compulsive player, like impulsive player. I don't like to think. When I play, like, fighting games, I'm just like,
yeah.
all up in your face. I'm not like, oh, I need to like send this here so like I'll trip. Like, I don't do all that.
Yeah, some people plan 5 moves ahead. Some people plan like 10 moves ahead because they're crazy. Manayu's planning 3 moves behind.
Yes, you got that right. Richie, let me know about en passant. What does that have to do with it? Like, bro, why are you just slandering me like that?
Gosh, there's a story for that one that I have. So back in around the same time, there was a little chess tournament that they had run, the school. And I came up against this one punk who would take like 20 minutes. And the game eventually ended because we ran out of time over our 40-minute lunch break or whatever the heck it was. So this guy was dragging his ass, trying to micro every move. And he also, like in the middle of it, pulled off en passant. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this move is. Because, we're in middle school. Unless you grew up in a torture chamber of kings and queens, like you don't know about that move. So, yeah, I was like, this kid's cheating. He's doing funny things on the board.
Like, how dare?
How dare? Yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, pieces have specific move sets. You can't just be moving a pawn diagonally into an empty square and taking my stuff. Anyways, you can tell that
I would be aggravated too.
Yeah, this was a thorn that cut deep.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, and then Aster was judging me. Oh yeah, you can do X, Y, and Z. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I haven't played that in like 10 years and more. Like, I don't remember. Like, I only play like online, and I just, it tells you if you can do something or not. Do I know the name or something? So I meant to attack Mana, not you. I mean, I think we could tell that.
Yeah. No, we're on the same page here. I've lurked in Mana's chat enough.
Yeah. We can tell that you only want to bully my poor piece of mind every day. Not dang.
Just a piece.
All of my being.
All of my being. There we go. The whole loaf.
See, I was out here giving him credit for being a good mod, but see, and then he's gonna tell me that I'm the one bullying. Tragic. He's gaslighting himself.
Your little tragic with the tongue click reminds me of your. Don't spit it out. But it reminds me of your, not the puns and not the riddles, but the other shorts that you do. I don't know if there's a name for it, but the one where you basically take like TikToks or Vines or whatever the heck.
I call them TikToks.
Okay. Yeah, but basically you're lip syncing, right?
Yeah.
What's going on. You seem to, maybe it's just my imagination, but you've done enough of them, and it seems like you enjoy that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's fun, but it's difficult for me to find when I actually think is funny. Like, so that's why I don't do that many, because if not, I could just like go on TikTok, do anything I see. But I want to, like, when I do my TikToks, it's cringe, but I giggle, okay? If I think it's funny, I'm just gonna make the TikTok and I'll be like, that was funny. Yeah. And I'm really proud of myself, and I just do it. But I find it so hard to find ones that I actually think are funny. I'm like, man, that was cringe. Sometimes it's just cringe and I'm okay with it. But, I don't know. Like, I think I am aware of my limitations in, like, my imagination and what I can come up with. Or sometimes I think I have a joke in my brain and it's so funny, and then, it's been done 50,000 times. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I was the only one that thought about that one. Okay.
Yeah. No, because a couple of them you did just kind of verbatim with your own little expressions, right, as a twist.
Yeah.
But I think a couple of them you went a little harder than some of the others. So, you know, yeah. So I know you said towards the beginning, I think, that you that editing isn't really like a passion, but it feels like to me that those are types of ones that you do enjoy goofing. Is that, maybe that's just it? You're kind of able to goof and toe the line a little bit.
Yeah, because it's not expected to be good, I guess.
Really? Like, okay.
You know, it's supposed to be kind of cringe, so I can, you know, put the you know, the fish eye on my face and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I do like doing this. Like, there's a few TikToks I did where like I did not lip sync. I just redid the audio myself. Not that many, but like, you know, it was a bit more fun to do. Or I think I really like the one type of TikToks I would really want to get into, but I just can't because I can't edit, is the story time. Like, there's one story time that I have of my middle school story there. It's really good, but I paid someone for this one because I knew what I wanted. And I'm like, there's no way I can do this myself. I just don't have the skills for it. And I really liked it. And I would want to have more, but I ain't rich like that.
Yeah.
I can't pay someone to edit every single story I want to do. Like, there's no way. It was good. It was expensive, but I'm happy. I was like, this is the type of content I would want to do. I would want to do story time. I have weird stories in my life, so I'm like, I have like stuff to talk about, but I can't edit, so I'm kind of stuck on that one. Like, I don't think I'm at a place where I can be like, oh, I can have a budget per month for shorts. No, I ain't there. I got debts to pay, and I'm all right on the debt after debut. After actually, like, I'm like, let's slow down on expenses right now. Like, yeah.
This is a wild idea that I have been trying to figure out how to make happen, right? So Vector, obviously, we talked about Vector earlier, so I'm going to bring him up again. Vector wants to do shorter videos because I can't imagine him doing 40-minute specials. We'll never hear from him again. So Vector wants to do like shorter skits, and he's expressed it privately and also during his last special that he wants to do these skits that are what's the word that he has jokes for, right? Like, he found something funny or he wants to rib somebody. So I wonder how we can get Vector to find those stories that he wants to make jokes out of, right? Yeah. So a part of me with doing these podcasts, I wonder eventually, like, it might be interesting to try it with like 3 of us, maybe 4 of us, probably no more than 4, but make it like a
not too chaotic, but right, conversation type of thing.
As long as, you know, the people involved have like a synergy. Are able to not feel like the third wheel, right?
Yeah, that's important. Like, you don't want someone that's too quiet, so they won't speak up. So then they just stay quiet the whole time. Then it's tragic. Yeah, exactly. So, and I've talked, I think it was with Neff early on, or maybe it was offline. I love Neff. Yeah, we all love Neff, don't we? Our little chaotic gremlin out here in space. Yes. But I love campfire talk. And I don't know, have you been camping before? I mean, against my will once when I was in my 6th grade or something.
Okay, so not really.
No, I was a reject anyway, so I ain't talking to anybody, bro.
Yeah, if I'm out in the woods, it's because someone's trying to bury me.
Exactly, that's about right.
Yeah, but the thing I enjoy about campfire talk is that, you know, you're kind of just out in the middle of nowhere half the time. And you got a campfire. And if you haven't sat by a campfire in a while, try it sometimes. It's nice. It's cozy. It's warm.
But I love fire.
Yeah, and I like...
It's dangerous, but yeah.
Well, it depends on how much, you know, fuel you're trying to spray into it. But...
I mean, I burn doors. Like, yeah, I have stories.
Ooh, we got to hear these stories sometime, Manayu. But yeah, I enjoy these kind of podcast settings, or at least I'm finding that I enjoy them because it reminds me of that, hey, we can just chill out by our virtual fire of 5G network and
you know, that's the same feeling.
Exactly. At least it's close as we're going to get in the digital age. So yeah, I'd like to maybe see if you're interested in doing that sometime.
I would. As you can tell, I love rambling. So like, that sounds like a great time to me. Like, you know, we can choose a day that fits for everybody. If people are down, I would be very down for this. I like chilling with like nice people, you know?
Yeah. Maybe one of the days we can try to get Haster on, maybe Vector.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see. I do want to do more of these podcasts with initially, right? Kind of get a feel for it with the people that I've met along the past couple of years now.
Well, Aster's down apparently.
oh, he's raising his hand. Cool. So, you know, I got a list. I'll check it twice. And in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll see some new faces as well. But Manayu, I think we're getting close to that time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
I know. I was surprised because I was thinking maybe an hour in, it's like maybe we'll take a little intermission, see how we're feeling. We didn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, but we blasted right through. We try to keep these Pod Talk Cast shows to about 2 hours, 3 at the most, but 2 is, I think, a comfortable place for most people. So thank you, Manayu, for hopping on. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and sharing some time with us. Do you have anything coming up that you want to share with anybody who sees this on YouTube?
Honestly, not really. I'm just having fun. If you want to hang out, we're just fighting stuff, chatting. I don't have anything special coming up. Come to movie nights if you want to hang out and trash on movies together on Thursday nights. That's about it. That's all I do.
That's all she does. Well, she does much more. Check out her singing videos. I noticed like one of the I don't know what you would call it, like a clip channel picked you up as for a lot of your
they're super
songs.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they clip like smaller YouTubers that sing and they just, you know,
make a little radio station out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great idea.
Pretty cute.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Manayu. Links are in the description for her YouTube and Twitch for when she's on there. And then through there, you guys can, you know how the internet works. Come on. Don't make me link everything. I don't want to do that. All right.
No, we ain't got time for this.
No. We're hanging out. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Manayu, once again for being on. Lovely to speak with you as always. And with that, bye everybody. Take care.
Bye. Good night, everybody.